Hey everybody, my name's Gizel Jimenez, and you're in for a treat. This episode, we're talking about Bad Monkey on Apple TV, streaming number one. So please check it out if you haven't. Episode three, 1 through 3 is already released, and tomorrow we're getting episode 4. Stay tuned. It's a Bill Lawrence project starring Vince Vaughn. Get on it.
Hi, Giselle. Welcome to MovieJunk. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Welcome back. The last time we met, we were discussing it was Dexter New Blood, and I'm
Yeah.
so excited to talk Bad Monkey, which is trending number one. Congrats on Apple
Yeah.
TV. How have you been?
So busy, but awesome at the same time. It's been a wild ride, and I'm so happy to be back on your wonderful show. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor. It's an honor to welcome you back. I know we had a good clip that was trending a little bit around if Tess had the option to date Dexter, would she go for it? And that was trending for a little bit. So that was a fun clip.
I love it. No, definitely.
Jumping into Bad Monkey, I mean, this features yourself along with Vince Vaughn, Michelle Monaghan, John Ortiz, who I love John Ortiz, Rob Delaney,
It's like
fresh
an
off three.
all-star cast.
All-star cast, all-star cast. And Rob Delaney, he's fresh off the release of Deadpool Wolverine, right?
Yes.
Have you seen
Like
the new
what an
Deadpool movie?
honor. Wait, please don't spoil it because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, good, because
But
I
I
was
love all Deadpool. Yes, yes, I'm very, very excited.
yeah, I mean, I was just looking. I mean, they crossed the like 1.2 billion dollar mark, right? It's like the highest rated R-rated movie of all time, right? As far as box office is concerned. So if you haven't seen it, I mean, you're missing out. You definitely have to watch it soon.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the one thing I need to make time for. Going to the movies.
Well, you're super busy, right? I mean, we obviously want to see you. You know, you're busy performing for us, right? But make time for yourself so you can catch the movies also.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And I will because I really do love it. It's so funny and fun.
And with Bad Monkey, I mean, this is a very unique show. I mean, this blends comedy, drama, mystery. How did you first hear about the role?
Whew, fun story. So, Marco Siega, who is one of the original directors slash creators of Dexter, in addition to Bad Monkey. Well, after we finished filming Bad Monkey, I got a call from Marcos, and he was like, "Hey, I'm working on this new project. There's only like 3 episodes written. I read this part, and I this she plays Rose's sister. It's not from the novel. Bill added the character, and Bill Lawrence, and I really think that you'd be perfect for it, but you have to audition." And I was like, "Of course I'll audition. Like I have zero pedestal. You know what I mean? Like I'll audition. Hell yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to play and to see how I play. You know what I mean? So I did the self tape. I sent it in, and he texted back like, all the producers love it, but now we have to wait for network approval.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like waiting, and it took a while. And at one point, I was just like, I didn't get it. I just know it. They wanted somebody more famous because that's usually what it is. You know, you got your A-list actors, your B-list actors, you know. And so, like, when you start being recognized in casting world in a good way, you start getting closer to those people who have several shows under their belt, you know, like several years of being on TV, you know, because my background is theater,
Yeah.
and I'm just now really getting my hands into TV world. And so the competition becomes so hard in that respect because it's like this person has 7 shows under their belt, this person only has like three or four things under their belt. And it's like, yeah, well, those things are pretty great though. They're not like Mickey Mouse stuff. But at the same rate, like you just have to keep going and keep persevering, and then before you know it, because with persistence, it's going to happen.
And you're sort of on fire right now. You've had a pretty good last few years, right? Dexter, Tick Tick Boom, Neighbors, now Bad Monkey as well too. So right, the studios are lucky to have you. I mean, that's the way that I see it.
That's very kind of you to say, making me all hot on my cheeks.
And I'm not just saying this because I have you on. I mean, 30 seconds in, just from seeing your first scene, I mean, it's goes without saying, you're definitely the funnest person of the cast so far. I mean, 30 seconds in,
Oh,
we're already taking shots, right? So I mean, who doesn't like that?
oh my gosh, I fell in love with this character. I mean, I'm from Miami and I'm Cuban, and Mel's from Miami and she's Cuban.
Yeah.
But I am more Americanized than she is. I'm first generation American. I'm gonna assume that she's also first generation American, but I'm pretty sure that her household is straight, Spanish speaking. It's just way more way more cultural. My raising was more like be as an American as you can be. They were trying to steer from our heritage and our culture. You know what I mean? Which I understand both sides, because when you're immigrating from a country that's third world and you're coming to the United States, it makes sense to have that kind of perspective or mentality, like, oh, if I just come to the United States and just be American, I'll be accepted. You know what I mean? Now we understand, like the generations later, we understand like it's all groovy. You know what I mean? But before that, it was a little bit more difficult. But at any rate, everybody knows this character because in Miami, you see this
Yeah.
girl all the time.
Yes.
She's the
Yes.
loudest. She's
Yes.
the sassiest. She's the craziest. She's the one that does the dare in Truth or Dare.
Hmm. Hmm.
She's the one that has the idea for Spin the Bottle. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, so it just was so fun because I'm not that person. Even though I give off extroverted vibes, I'm more of an introvert. So it was so fun to like come out of my shell and like be wild, unapologetically,
Hmm.
And I owe that immensely to Bill Lawrence, because as soon as we were on set, I mean, everybody, the entire crew, so respectful, so encouraging, with open hearts and open minds. I felt so held. I just felt like I was safe, and
Yeah.
that is like the number one thing that an actor needs is safety, because in order
Absolutely.
to fully dive into a role, you have to be vulnerable, and in order for you to be vulnerable, you have to feel safe,
Of course. Of
and
course.
they really made that happen. And Bill, I mean, there were just so many moments that I felt like he really allowed my artistry to just fly, and I wouldn't have allowed it to do that if he didn't give me the green light. Like every time we would film a scene, for example, a lot of those times after we got our takes, he's like, "Now just do one, just improv, or just go off."
I
And
love
I just went for it, and it was so much fun. Like the crew, we were all just cracking up, laughing, and it was just such a great environment. And a lot of the stuff that I did that I just like added at the end or just added in, I know I'm seeing that they've kept, and it's just so
awesome.
rewarding because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome. Because no matter how much work you put into your craft, and no matter how many years of experience you have, if you don't have community to support you, if you don't have people telling you that they're enjoying what you're doing, or also telling you that they're benefiting from your work, what's the point? There's no
Exactly.
real like satisfaction. And like, I don't know, for me, like I'm so missing the humanity in recent times,
Hmm. Hmm.
just like people like what you're doing. Like I appreciate it so much because people do
You.
not talk anymore. It's the
Thank
I
you.
mean, I would really appreciate, like, I hope you come to the show so that you can like see me backstage and like I can see you in person because like I feel like this screen is just like a like it's just like this shield, you know what I mean? And like it gives people ideas and it makes them feel like they're infamous,
Hmm.
but it's
Hmm.
like then you don't have accountability for your actions, you know?
Absolutely. No, it's definitely reward or assuring to hear that the background, the set, the environment that you had on set. Obviously, you see it, right? It translates onto the screen, right? And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, just from that cast, that experience that everyone has, obviously, from the top down. So it's very assuring to see and hear, obviously, that it was an amazing experience. And as
It
far
really
as honestly,
was.
we wouldn't be able to have a show without having amazing guests like yourself coming on, sharing with the fans obviously these experiences as well. And I'm super excited to hear that you are going to be performing locally to us, to me as well too. So get to see you, firsthand. And your theater background, I mean, again, like you translated more from theater Broadway, obviously, to the big screen. I imagine that, as far as being able to have some of that artistic liberty, I imagine that these creators, they know that obviously when casting you, right? Do they lean in on you a little bit more? Do they get advice from you because of that background, or sort of
Um,
artistic liberty do you bring in?
on set.
Yes.
Oh, I that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know if it's something that was necessarily related to the fact that that I have a theatrical background, but what they were asking me to do was a bit different than theatrics. It was more improv.
Gotcha.
And yeah, and in the theatrical world, lines, the text is almost the equivalent to a Bible, in the sense that like the text is what it is, and that is the truth, and that is like what you have to follow through your artistry.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
TV, the words are not necessarily uh, that important. What's more important is the intention. What more important is yeah, like the subtext and what you mean behind it. Because the camera is so much closer that we understand how we communicate in a complex way. And you can say one sentence many different ways. And for TV, it just works when you're having the essence of what you want to say rather than like what actual words you choose,
Gotcha. No,
you know,
that
which then
makes
it
sense.
makes it kind of fun, like
Yeah.
it could make TV writing fun because then you can kind of like, because you know that you can kind
Yeah.
of like maybe be a bit poetic or um I I still haven't finished it, but have you seen Train Spotting?
Mm-mm. I haven't seen that.
No? Yeah.
On the list,
So
it's something I
good.
should watch.
On the list, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Um but
De-
yeah,
Definitely gonna see
I
that.
know. I'm like, I can like derail for hours. Um,
No, that's why we have you on. Yeah.
I'm just like,
No, nobody wants
uh,
to hear me talk, obviously, right? No, that's why we
oh,
have you on.
please, please, please. I like
I
hearing you talk.
thank you, thank you. So I did want to ask because I know Bad Monkey, it's based off of a book. I believe it came out 2012, 2013.
Yes, Carl Hyacin. Yeah,
Right? And the
yeah,
show itself, there's a narrator, right? The captain, right? He's also the narrator. And we have a lot of I don't know if the term is fill in the blanks, but the show also feels like a book. Like I'm reading a book and seeing it on screen. It's like the best of both worlds, right? Was that
yeah,
intentional or am I just crazy?
yeah. Have you read the Bad Monkey novel?
I haven't. I wanted to see or finish watching the show first, and I like comparing
Yeah.
afterwards the book.
So the
Yeah.
novel is very much that, and that was like, just paying respect to the way it was written and the
Gotcha.
intention behind it. But uh, Carl's work is very much so based on satire. And also, he has a tendency to go towards a political message that is done in a satirical way.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
That was
and
definitely
so
intentional. Yeah.
yeah, very intentional. He always says something. You know,
Hmm.
he's always, his goal is always to talk about some type of injustice, whether it's political, economical, social. Um, and I really respect that. But yeah, I forget, 2003, 4, 6,
When
when
the
the book
book came
came
out,
out. Yeah.
I think it was 13,
Yeah.
like maybe 10 years ago,
Oh,
10 or 12 years
okay.
ago.
13, yeah. Because he has like 30 books out. Like he has like
Yeah.
so many books, so many novels. This is a fiction.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, it like won, it was like a bestseller when it came out.
Hmm.
Like everybody was on it.
Definitely, definitely right. And there's so many amazing characters in the story as well too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not naming yourself. Do you have a favorite character on the show so far?
Crystal.
Awesome.
Crystal's the monkey.
Right. So
I
there
met
is a monkey.
Crystal.
Spoilers, there is a monkey on the show. It's not just the title. And we hear
Yeah.
good monkey and we hear bad monkey said on the show.
Yeah. And it was pretty funny because Crystal's such a good monkey
Uh,
that it was so funny hearing how it was hard to like get Crystal to make bad reactions. Like she's so good that they'd be like, all right, now hiss, and then she'd be like, as opposed to like or something like that.
Crystal's an actual actor. I think Crystal has a credit. There's credits. Like it's credited as an actor, I think, on IMDb.
Crystal has been in many films
Gotcha, gotcha.
and many things. Crystal is a very well-known monkey.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I know. I mean, the monkey that was super popular was the one in Pirates of the Caribbean, right? That was a
I
famous
w-
one.
I don't know if that's the same one, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh my God, have you seen the uh what was it, the documentary of the woman who had all these apes, like
Mm-mm.
30 of them in like, oh my gosh.
What was she doing
It
with
made
all
me
these
think of
apes?
that. She just like was rescuing them, but really it became like a prison for apes.
Oh
But
wow.
you should watch it because the monkey from Buddy, remember Buddy?
Buddy, the Disney movie?
Yeah, but it was like live action.
Oh yeah, but Buddy was also this was like in the
I
90s,
f-
mid 90s,
yes,
right?
yeah,
Yes.
I forget the ape's name, but
Hmm.
that ape was owned by her. And she like
Gotcha.
did all of those like ape and monkey movies and commercials, greeting cards that you see with like monkeys. It was her the whole time with all her little monkeys.
There was a Buddy movie. Wasn't he in a hotel one movie
Oh,
with a kid?
so that's one of hers.
Right? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like Dustin meets something.
Dustin checks in.
Dustin checks in.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and then what was the other one? Oh, Buddy, we said.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, whatever. Um, so anyway, a bunch of apes. It's apes, not necessarily monkeys. But she basically to the point where she breastfed.
Wow.
Like she breastfed like she had a baby and was like breastfeeding the baby on one side, and then the other side was a baby monkey with a diaper on, and like
Is this on Netflix or where can we watch this?
I think this is making me crazy. I think this is Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna put that on the list as
I'm gonna
well.
say maybe it's called Chimp Empire.
Chimp Empire. Put that up, type that down. I love I
No,
love
maybe
I love
not. It might
watching
not be.
documentaries. I mean, that's one of the ways I go to sleep is just put on Netflix, put on a documentary, watch 2 minutes of it. When the credits before the show starts, I'm already out cold.
Oh, it's called Chimp Crazy.
Chimp crazy.
Yeah. Chimp Crazy. is a disturbing docuseries. Oh dear. I don't mean to laugh, but like sometimes it's funny when someone says something like when you read something formal that's like we're talking about apes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, chimp crazy. Let me go on IMDb. Max.
Max.
It's on
That's on
Max.
that. It's on HBO Max, or
It
that's the
says
name of it.
Max. No,
Got
no, HBO Max. It's
gotcha,
called
gotcha.
Chimp Crazy.
Okay. That that I think I have seen it pop up when I'm streaming on the HBO app. Yeah, I've seen this. I haven't watched it, but I've seen that title.
Yo, it's crazy.
So that
You have
comes
to
highly
see it.
recommended.
So good. You're just
Yeah.
like, what is happening? You're just like, what?
It's amazing.
And
Yeah.
like there was only like out of like the 30, one of them had like something happen to him where he like died by mistake.
Wow.
But it was that one attacked her.
Oh wow. Well,
Somehow he like died by mistake or something like that.
apes are very smart. I mean, they have
Yeah.
emotions. They have pretty developed brains. So I mean, like if it attacked, maybe something was happening to it, right? And it was reacting in defense. But I'm gonna definitely put that on the list. I'm gonna watch it tonight and see. Is it an episodic or is it just a documentary, like straight hour and a
It's
half?
it's a two-part documentary.
Gotcha.
So there's like I guess like an hour and change and then like an hour and I guess.
Okay.
Um but yeah, it's wild.
I
It's
can't
like
wait
it's
to
like Tiger Man, you know? It's like what's happening?
I know. There's just wild. They make episodes and documentaries off of just anything nowadays, right? And we're so entertained. We watch them, right? Just we need more and more, and it's wild where there's just
It's
like where do these stories
addictive.
come from? And they're addictive. They're addictive
They say sugar is the most addictive drug, but I think this is the most addictive drug.
for sure. I did want to ask just because I'm a huge Vince Vaughn fan. I mean, I just love
Yes.
everything that he's done, and he's so good on this show. Obviously, for the fans that haven't seen, because I know we're 3 episodes in. Episode 4 comes out, I believe, tomorrow. So definitely by the time this airs, we'll be on episode 4. But anything you could share as far as any stories offset with Vince Vaughn? What's he like offset? You get a chance to meet him?
Yes. Vince Vaughn, I have a scene with him, and he is he is grown up, you know what I mean? Like I am used to, bad boy trouble, like um but when I met him, like he's a father and he's mature and he's intelligent and he talks about history and
Wow.
um yeah, like I just felt like, oh wow. Um it was just interesting because obviously I'm also an actor and I should know this, but it happens to everyone. Like when you see someone's face over and over again and it never changes, and then all of a sudden it changed.
Mm,
It's always like a, oh wow, like I like you froze in my head like this, you
yes,
know,
yes.
forever.
Yeah, definitely right. I mean, like
Um,
we're used to the Wedding Crashers, Vince Vaughn. I mean, I loved him in
yeah,
Swingers
swingers,
and
all of
Made.
it.
He was in
Man.
Rudy. He was in the Rudy movie. I don't know if you remember that.
That's right.
He
That
was in
is
Rudy
right.
with John Favreau also in there as well too. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane too, right? Seeing them, and I mean, he still looks great, still has it.
Yeah.
Is doing more dramatic movies and shows, right? Hacksaw
Which
Ridge, and
which
he's
I
great
feel
in it.
like it's more him. Like
Hmm.
he actually is more of a like well, I don't know him obviously, but from the experience that like I shared on set, he is like a little bit more serious and grounded and like it makes sense that for him to go into that genre. Um but I feel like comedy is a lot more rewarding because it's a lot more harder to achieve in the sense
Hmm.
of there's a technique, and then there's also listening. Like there's a whole bunch of elements involved when you're doing comedy, and there's an openness involved, and it's not something that everyone can do,
Hmm. Hmm.
because you have to be like able to let go, you know.
We do.
Uh,
I do have to ask just to see if we can get another viral clip out of this, right? And maybe we'll see this in the next few episodes. But given the chance, would Mel date Yancey? Given the chance, as far as you know, not Vince
I
Vaughn,
think
Yancey.
Yancy, I think Mel, because she knows that her sister uh, is very tied down to her work and needs to get laid. I find it difficult to see her getting in the way of her sister's path.
Yeah.
But if her sister was like, no more, yes.
Gotcha. And I don't know if I
Heck
missed
yes.
this earlier in the first episode when they were describing, had they had dated before? There was a relationship before, right? Or is this building on screen? I don't know if I missed that.
This is build it.
It's
This is
building on
building on
screen, right?
screen.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
they had a,
Yeah. Everything that I'm saying, this is all like from the novel. So
yeah,
like this is just like, in the novel, the detective, meets Rosa, and in their experience,
of course, of course.
there's
So
stuff that happens.
so by the time this airs, right, we'll be 4 episodes through. What can you share, obviously spoiler free, for the remaining episodes this season? What can fans expect?
It's going to get crazier.
Definitely. Awesome. And we'll
It's gonna, people are gonna be bad, and you're gonna see Crystal again. What else?
definitely.
I mean, like anything that I say
I know.
will be a spoiler.
Definitely.
Um,
And also too, I mean, there was such a big cliffhanger at the end of episode 3, right? Where fans, if you haven't seen it, right, there's a really, really big cliffhanger at the end of episode 3. But I really suggest, folks that haven't started watching Bad Monkey again, it's number 1 on Apple TV already. So definitely watch it. I'm excited for the next episode to air tomorrow and just to see this series unwind. Um, but I do want to jump in to, again, 'cause I can't let you sneak out with a few more Dexter questions, but just given that that was a few years removed, and we did see, and we could talk about Dexter because that show's already done. Dexter was killed at
yeah.
the very, very end, or so we think, but there's a prequel series coming out. I would have never thought
Mm-hmm.
that, right? And when I was watching the original Dexter show, I was always like, man, I want to see kind of what this guy was like, growing up. We always got
Like,
flashback scenes.
to get into the mind of someone that operates that way, to follow their trajectory, to see what their traumas were, like what they saw and witnessed and how that affected them. That's so interesting, and heck yeah, like I 100% agree with you. I think the smartest thing that Showtime has been doing is listening to the fans.
Yes.
Ever since they started listening to the fans, because the fans have been speaking up since that finale before New Blood,
Yeah.
and they were saying a lot online. And Showtime heard, and they did something about it.
Yeah.
And then they heard again, and they're doing something about it. Like, to me, this is the best. When you fan being like, I want this, and then you make it. Yes, I love that.
And I agree, right? They did that with Ray Donovan, right? Ray Donovan like abruptly ended, and fans were like, "No, we need more. We need a final episode or a final season,
Yeah, yeah,
or a movie." And they made a movie
yeah. It
of it.
happened with another time that it happened. It was with Tick Tick Boom. So with the album release, my song was not on it, the Sextet song. It was just like a couple of songs from the movie and then like famous people singing other songs, right? From the movie. And a lot of fans were like, hey, that Sex Text song is my favorite song, but it's not on the album. And I said, listen, the best thing you can do is send a message to Netflix and say, hey, this is not on the album. I want this song. So many people wrote me, and I sent every single one of those people to Netflix. And I said, DM them, fill up the box. I was like, if we have enough people to ask for this song, it is in high demand, we will get it. Lo and behold, like a month later, it was released on all music platforms as a single. And it's as a single for Tick Tick Boom Sextet. But that was the fans. The fans did that.
Yeah,
So I feel like fans have a lot of power, and sometimes, you can use it for, good or bad, but I feel like that power is just, it's everything.
definitely.
Like y'all have the ability to decide what you want to see if you just said it,
Hmm.
pretty much.
The power of social media, definitely. I mean, it's just a way to give everyone really a voice, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited, obviously, right? Is there any chance of a young Tess appearance? Right? Was she in Miami at some point and then moved later on in life?
I would love that. It would be too weird, I think.
Mhm.
I mean, it would be hilarious. But like I just feel like they're using somebody who is way younger than me. So to just see Tess again, that'd be just so random. It'd be like a Where's Waldo, like shit, Tess. Like or like in those Mickey shows where it's like, can you find the ears? Like
Mhm. Definitely. No, I'm
no.
excited for it. I'm excited to
I
see
am
the
so
future.
excited too. I was a huge Dexter fan before I had the opportunity to be in it. I mean, like, and here's the cool part. Both shows that I did are representing Miami.
Exactly, exactly. Miami is, and again, I love a good Miami TV series. I don't know if you ever watched the show Magic City. You ever see
Um,
Magic City? It was based like in the 50s and 60s,
I have
Sinatra,
not.
old school Miami hotel mob. We've interviewed a few folks from there. They're very popular cast of folks. But if you are always, or if you're into a good Miami City, Magic City, or Miami show, Magic City is like a best kept secret. 2 seasons, stars. It kind of got pulled a
Heck
little bit
yeah.
early. But I highly suggest
Thank you.
watching
I'm
Magic City.
totally gonna watch that.
It's great.
Thank you
It's
for
great.
that.
Um,
Ah.
we touched on this a little bit earlier around because again, theater background, obviously, amazing performer. You do have some upcoming shows taking place, right, where fans can see you. Are you able to share those?
Yes, yeah. I am going to be doing Dracula Comedy of Terrors by Gordon Greenberg and Steve Rosen, and it's going to be at the Old Globe in San Diego, California, and we open September 20th. We recently got extended to October 27th, and we might get extended further if y'all sell us out again to November 3rd. And yeah, if you want a ticket or you want to come see the show, you want to meet me after the show, just send me a DM on my Instagram at Gizel Jimenez official, and I'll do my best to like hook you up. See, we'll see how like things are with COVID and stuff, but maybe I can give you guys backstage tours, like you know what I mean, like
That'd be
super
awesome.
easy to do it.
I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. Maybe we can do a quick in-person live interview
We
as
should.
well.
We should.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. No, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. I'm really excited to just to see. Obviously, again, you've been on a good amazing roll these last few years with exciting shows, and I'm just excited to see what's in store for you as well too. I know we're
Me too.
excited about your theater performance. Are there any other upcoming series or films that you could share, or still too early to discuss?
Um, there is something that's going to drop in September, and it's a huge announcement. That's all that I can say.
Okay, we like huge. We like
And
huge.
and you will see it. And then something else might happen in the spring. That's pretty big. But
Awesome.
you know,
That's that's awesome. I'm
that's called NDA.
Of course. No, I'm super excited for you. All this means is we have a great opportunity for round three to bring you back on the show, is what this
Route
sounds like.
three. Yes,
Um,
I'd like that.
Giselle, I want to be respectful of your time. Thank you so much for coming on the
Uh,
show.
Thank you.
Always
It's
love
always a
chatting with you.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Same.
much. And we'll definitely pick your brains a little bit more once the season wraps. Excited to see how the show unfolds and looking forward to making our way and seeing you live in person. And just can't thank you enough for joining us again today.
Thank you. You are going to LOL as this season progresses for Bad Monkey. I'm just telling you right now.
Okay.
And you're
Okay.
going to be like, oh my gosh. Like next time you see me, it's going to be in person and you're going to be like, you're just going to laugh out loud in my face for how ridiculous I am
I can't
in that
I can't
show.
I can't wait. You rock it as always, and we're looking forward to
Oh,
it.
thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Thank you so much. We'll talk soon and excited to share with the fans.
Thank you. Talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.